How many of you are worried now that the lockdown is being opened? And how many of you are worried that you need to live with this virus going forward? This is Dr. Lenny DaCosta, a geriatric physician and a functional medicine expert, and the author of the upcoming book, Is Your Doctor Keeping You Sick? My dear friends, yes, we need to live with this virus going forward. And therefore, I need to bring a few facts to you because I've been getting tons of calls from my patients and my friends asking me what are we to do now that the lockdown is being opened up and the chances of free movement from people all across red, green and orange zones is allowed all over. Well, irrespective of what happens around us, we need to understand what this virus is all about. For starters, this is like any other flu. And so the question is, then why is it killing so many? It isn't, my dear friends. You need to understand this. So let's understand this disease properly. One, wherever there has been large-scale testing done across the world, where the whole city is tested, the number of people who are symptomatic is only 20%. That means more than 60, 70 or 80% even in many cities are asymptomatic. That means they may have the virus in them, but they are not sick. They do not show any symptoms, just like an ordinary flu. Number two, about 20% show symptoms. Most of them recover at home with the right medications. And the right measures. You don't need some hi-fi medications to make them recover. It's a very small percentage of about 3 or 4% that may go to the hospital. And this percentage is always people who have other comorbid conditions. And what are these comorbid conditions? These are diabetes, heart disease, cancer, autoimmune conditions, not so much autoimmune conditions, but the others who do have a slightly higher risk of landing up in the hospital. And after they land up in the hospital, a very minuscule percentage of the entire population actually dies of this disease. So the percentage was less than 1% of the people who were tested, that is the entire population. It's not the percentage of the people who are admitted. Yes, that sounds a little high. And that is why this figure has been bandied around and which has made us all sit up and get worried about this virus. But when you look at the real picture and the overall picture across many cities where the entire population has been tested, 70 to 80% do not have symptoms, around 20% have, of which a small percentage land up in the hospital and less than 1% die. These are the facts. Now, when you live with this virus, what is the one thing that can help you ensure that you are either in that 70-80% or in that percentage which does have the symptoms and can get out of it without any complications? Your immune system does this job. Your immune system protects you. Now, when you look at this immune system protecting you, you need to understand another fact that I want to explain to you. Our body has got two defense mechanisms. One is an internal defense mechanism and one is an external defense mechanism. The internal defense mechanism helps us to fight the infections that we get, whether it is virus or whether it is a bacterial infection. And this is done by our immune system. So please understand this. The virus or a bacteria that attacks us is handled by our immune system. When we have an external threat, which could be maybe a tiger attacking us, fear, that is how we were built. We were hunter-gatherers. We were built to go and hunt for our food, and we were running away from being somebody else's food in those prehistoric times. So our bodies were built that way. So for that, we have what is known as the adrenal system, which helps us to go on that flight or fight mode to protect ourselves from any external danger. When this happens, we have a lot of stress hormones that are released, like cortisol. Now, I need you to understand the interplay between these two protective systems so that you will understand how to optimize your immune system and protect yourself from this virus. So the immune system protects you from the virus. The external threats, or if any, are being protected by the adrenal system, which releases stress hormones. Now, what do the stress hormones do? They shut down all systems that are not required for you to either fight or flight. That means to either fight the external threat or run away from the external threat. So they shut down everything else, including the immune system. So when the stress hormones shut down the immune system can't fight your virus or bacteria anymore. Why? Because the stress hormones have shut it down. And when do the stress hormones get released? When you are under severe stress. Now, this stress hormones, or the way this body was built, was that we would have that stress for a short period of time. When we run away from any kind of attack, or when we are fighting anything. So that was it was supposed to be for a short period of time. So everything else gets shut down. The moment this stress is over, everything opens up and you're living a normal life. Unfortunately today, we are overstressed most of the time due to various reasons. And this stress constantly releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone, which shuts your immune system down and hampers your immune system from doing its normal job. And today, with the kind of television coverage that we constantly see ourselves or put ourselves through about this virus and what it's doing across the world and all the financial implications of it, the stress is compounded, causing our immune systems to function much lower, actually shut it down. And therefore, we are more prone to this virus. So what's the solution, my dear friends? Stop stressing. Easier said than done. That's what every one of you is going to say to me. But there are ways that you can do this. For starters, stop watching the TV and getting stressed about what's going on around you. Stop stressing about this virus, for God's sake, because that's the only way you will get it, because it shuts down your immune system and it puts your mind into a receptive mode for it, because you're always worried about it. So stop stressing about the virus, stop reading about it, stop listening about it. Think of it as an ordinary flu. And you'll say, this guy's gone mad. No, I am not. This is one way of doing it. The second way of getting rid of the stress is going out and watching a good comic movie. Watch it. You could have a binge watching. Instead of watching all the very serious, stressful movies and watching your news all the time, do a binge watching of full day of only comedies. Laugh your guts out, because when you laugh, you have a lot of good hormones that are released, which cut the release of cortisol, which cut the stress and help you improve that immune system functioning. When you laugh a lot, the hormones that are released do help the immune system to strengthen. They do not shut it down like the stress hormones. So it is imperative that you laugh a lot and stop stressing. If you do these two things, you will be able to live with the virus. There are so many other tips that I've given you, which are available on my YouTube channel. You can go there and check it out. But these two things you need to do. Improve your immune system by not stressing about what's going around and stressing about this virus and thinking of it as a flu. And number two, actually laughing a lot so that you break the stress cycle. My dear friends, if you like this video, please share it, because it's going to help a lot of people get out of the stress and improve their immune system and maybe protect them from getting this disease or getting the virus attacking them. Please share it with your friends. Please give me a thumbs up and like this video, and please visit me for more videos on my YouTube channel. I'll see you soon with another video which will give you more tips for healthy living and happy living. Till then, bye.